I personally think Sanctuary Cove Boat Show is the best boat show in Australia. I just love it. The vibe, the weather, it's incredible. For us, it's just an awesome experience and opportunity to get to see other people in the industry, meet a lot of new customers or potential customers, because people fly from all over the world to come here. This is the second year we've had boats here, and I can't imagine we'd ever stop coming. It's instrumental in our growth. I've got a massive soft spot for this boat. It's pretty much everything that I've been working on for the last 18 months with the team. I just absolutely love it. But essentially it's the classic formula with a pod, and then we fully incorporated the pod at the rear of the boat, and then completely redesigned everything else. So the hull shell essentially is similar. The hull laminate is pretty similar, but then the stringers, the deck, the floor, everything else has been redesigned. The hardtop obviously, and it just looks sensational. It performs amazing. We just love it so much. It has all of the fundamentals that you come to know and love about the formula. The rougher it gets, the better the boat gets. And it's very stable at rest, surprisingly. It's a bit of a common misconception, I think, with monohulls, that they just think that they're super tender. But because of how heavy our boats are and we try to keep all the weight down low, it does actually make them quite stable. So we don't fit Seakeepers in this. We've got the Seakeeper ride system, but no gyro stabilizer. The 3 19-inch Raymarine screens, so we were pretty heavily involved with Raymarine actually in the design of this boat, so they've been incredible with us working together, getting all this system working. So I've got the 3 screens, the digital switching, a FLIR, radar, 3 massive transducers, so there's no excuse not to catch fish. It's insanely powerful. Our top end speed is like around 115, and our cruising speed is around 70 k's, and it's on about 1-to-1 fuel economy at that speed as well, which is incredible for 800 horsepower. And yeah, the engines are just so powerful and so quiet. You honestly don't realize how quick you're going because it's so silent. So this is my personal favorite feature of the entire boat. So we really designed this whole area to have a seat that would slide out on an actuator that doubled as an esky, and then you can completely remove it to still access the bilge. So under here is the esky, and then we've also added in a little tub here so your food doesn't go all soggy. So you keep the food in the top part, drinks in the bottom part, and then it tucks away nicely so it just sits back in there completely flush, and then it doesn't interrupt any of your fishing space. This boat is set up as a dual live bait tank. It's got a wall in the middle with a little inlet, so you can use it for both salt water, but we've got one so to be plumbed up as fresh water, and then we've got a shower head here as well, so if you're diving or swimming you can just pull that up and dry off with fresh water. For this particular setup, it will always come with a hardtop suitable with the 19-inch screens, but we do have another version in R&D at the moment. We're lowering the dash slightly so it'll suit 3 16-inch screens, and it'll be a wave breaker or windscreen option, and it'll have a T-topper style hardtop and then side clears to the wave breaker and windscreen. Yeah, so we've got one of those in production at the moment. We were pretty fortunate. We had, I think, about 12 pre-orders before we released it, so it's incredible that our customers trust us to buy a boat before we've even put it out, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, we're just super grateful that they did that, and now I think we've got hull number 6 already in production. A 255 formula will set you back anywhere from about 350. This boat, as it sits, you could not fit another thing on it. This is about $500,000, but most of them that we've sold so far are sitting around the 400 to 450 mark. Generally speaking, our 565 customer is a young family, so they've got kids, normally say baby to 7. Yep. And they're just looking to get out and enjoy the water a little bit more with the family on the weekends, and yeah, just want to also still have all the capabilities to go offshore fishing with their mates as well. We definitely over-engineer every build. It's the reason we're able to have such high horsepower on all of our models. So everything in our boat is completely composite construction. We run a stringer matrix system, which just spreads the load throughout the boat, which is one of the main reasons we can have high horsepower, big fuel tanks, level flotation, and all of our boats are built to survey standards. It doesn't necessarily mean that every boat goes into survey, but the way it's built is the exact same regardless. At the front of the hull and basically anything from under here is very similar to the original 565. We did remove a few things out the back of the boat, so we come to a very sharp entry point, remove the planing plank, extended some strakes, and it just performs exceptionally. And it's also extremely dry ride with the flare up on the bow. The 6 metre is a very versatile boat, so you can have anywhere from 200 to 400 horsepower. And we come with a 280 litre tank as standard, and you can option up for a 350 litre tank in this one. So you've got a huge variable with sort of how far you want to go. Perfect for if you want to go out to the islands and camp out, you want to get the 350 litre tank, and you've got a lot of range in there. We've changed the 6 metre, I think originally it changed about 12 years ago. In the last couple years we have built a new top deck, so we've made room for larger screens, a little bit more seamless on the inside, just tried to incorporate a few more nice touches opposed to the traditional sort of flow coat fleck agricultural look that you would expect with a ab boat. I would say the 6 metre is more for the people that are doing a little bit more game fishing. The 565, it still can do everything that the 6 metre can do, that the 6 metre just does it that little bit easier, that little bit better. You can have a twin engine setup on this one as well, which a lot of people go for, so twin 140 Suzukes are a pretty popular combination on this boat. But similar customer base, but probably more have their teenage kids and they're wanting to get out and go game fishing together. Price point on the 6 metre is around the 200 mark, give or take, generally speaking. If you go twin engines, big fuel tank, big electronics, it can push up, but yeah, if you allow 200, you're getting into a river boat. The 565 generally comes in around 160, give or take again, but you can get into an awesome boat for around the 160 mark. And then our classic formula, so that generally comes in around 240, give or take again as well. So you can obviously go quite extreme and fit the burger with a lot, or you can get into a ripper package, say with twin 200s, 16-inch screen, 12-inch screen, 2 transducers, catch lots of fish for around the 240 mark. So I've been with Edencraft since we brought it. So my parents are the owners of Edencraft. When we brought it, we had 2 workers and we were working out of Newtown, this little factory in Geelong, and we moved to Moolap the Christmas of that year, and then over the last 7.5 years we've just been developing to try and refine our boats, improve the product so every single boat that goes out gets better and better, and just really hone in on the experience, because building the boat is not that hard, but it's the customer experience and building something that they love. It's just such a special industry to be in, really. Within our 8 years we're now starting to get to a fair few repeat customers, so we've got some people buying their 3rd Edencraft at the moment, which is pretty cool. I've seen some customer stories from Riviera and Maritimo where they've got people buying their 10th boat. So I've mentioned to a few of our customers that are on their 3rd Edencraft, I'm like, that'll be you in 15 years. 7%.